because first time I also thought it works, and it didn't. It clearly didn't. Even if I've checked it and tried to figure out and see that it actually does not work, I kind of ignored my own signs, the own things that I have figured out and seen and whatnot. But apparently, as I'm seeing it on my motherfucking dashboard, it is actually working, and working rather fine. And so, yeah, hello and welcome back to another stream, which is actually the fucking second stream of today, because the first one wasn't streamed for whatever reason, I still don't know. But I am actually going to proceed with what I wanted to talk about in this stream and have been talking about in this stream. As you can see, I'm not on my computer, I'm here on my phone, which actually works pretty nicely because I'm rendering something on my computer. And if I would actually decide to stream as well, it would explode, and I would have fucking fire in my room. So I'm not going to do so and rather be here on my phone. So we were actually talking about Stoicism, and I do dearly hope that there's not too much noise. I do notice that there is some noise going on from my computer, but I do have a slight little wall here, that should basically kind of reflect a bit of the noise and protect you a little tiny bit from the noise. But I also noticed that this light in the back is not pretty great for this recording here. So what if I do it like this? This is making everything worse. shitty thing here. But it should be fine as long as I'm in front of it. It's actually okay, I guess. And I do also have some space. It should be fine. We shouldn't be so. Or maybe like this. Does this make any sense? No, it actually does not. It's actually the best way to just stay here and be there and not try to move too much. Anyway, there was actually something pretty interesting, pretty cool that it's actually not cool, but interesting and very important that I went through on the Stoicism subreddit, which was about somebody that is paralyzed, unfortunately, due to, I think it was an accident, a car accident. Very well indeed. Important question then, and I'm just trying to find it so that I can recap it a bit. It was actually no, I'm not going to search for it. Just going to recall it. So there was a dude, and he was in a car accident, and from this point on, he was paralyzed from the chest down. Which led me wonder if his hands still work, but, since there is a post, I do assume that his hands still work. So he probably typed it, might have also done it with voice recognition, could be the case, I really do not know, but I assume that he's still able to use his hands. But anyway, this does not make things way better, because he's still paralyzed and he's still, I think, in bed and bed rest since since November last year. So this is gonna be quite a year only being in bed in 2 months, which is insane. And this really lets me understand that, this is not a cool position to be in. This is a really horrible position to be in, and also a very difficult one when it comes to your psychology and just being able to deal with that and being able to work with that, just knowing that it's probably never going to be better. Better in the sense of, okay, you're going to feel your legs again or anything below your chest again. It's probably not going to happen unless we're able to kind of deal with these things and able to just build something new and make something new through science or with science that I'm actually, pretty much cheering for. And I really hope that this is going to be the case. What just happened? I've been telling you that I've Is this how things are supposed to be? I guess not. I really guess not. So I'm just making a model, or digitalizing a model that I've built. Can you actually see it in the background there? A tiny little bit. There. What if I actually do this? Is this following? No. Yes, it is. Little tiny bit. Could this be the case? No, I'm just strange. Anyway, and we're digitalizing it, And I was just trying to build the texture, which is just a process that, I do not have to deal with and whatnot. But, and I've been waiting for half an hour. And now I'm having a purely black object. So there's definitely no texture here. Anyway, coming back to the more serious topic, how to deal with that, And I said, I would still say, you cannot control this, According to Stoicism, we should always consider and, basically, now it should be different, I guess. We should always focus on the things we can control, which definitely is not us being paralyzed. We can't do anything about that. And so we just have to deal with it and just have to be okay with it. On the other hand, there are things like mood and whatnot, attitude, these things that we indeed can control and we can alter and can deal with. And therefore is also something to focus on, something to keep in mind, and something to just also have in mind. Let me check. Maybe it is due to that. I don't really know. Might have actually overlooked that. Let's see how long it takes. Apparently not that long. Well, anyway, focusing on the things you can control, instead of focusing on things you cannot control, which is being paralyzed, which is other people, which is the weather, and all these things. We should not focus on these, but rather on those that we can control. On the other hand, I would just say, if you're in such a position, and as I just think about it, I'm gonna come to a story just afterwards. Just getting a therapist. I would say that this is one of the most important things then, because this is a very, very difficult situation, and a very difficult situation that not a lot of people have been in and will fortunately be in. But a therapist is probably gonna be able to help you and be able to just get you through this whole thing mentally. Of course, some people have been able to deal with disability and deal with also being paralyzed, I'd say, just being in a wheelchair, which I think actually does make things at least a bit better. You do not have to sit at home all day long or lay in bed all day long, but you can move, and you can just move yourself as well. And also be a bit sporty. You could play basketball and whatnot, theoretically, or some other ball games. I don't actually know. There might actually be at this point of time even more games, sports that you can do when you are paralyzed. But yeah, it's difficult. It really is. So I'd say therapy is going to be a good point or good option to take, and also a good way to progress in this definitely very difficult situation. In Austria, we have to do some sort of social work for 9 months, which is kind of serving the country, serving basically the government, being the government slave. And, you're basically doing social work in different organizations and all for different people. I've chosen, let's put it like this. I don't want to be like, I've been fortunate enough and whatnot. No, I've chosen to be a paramedic and also get the how do you call that? I've also been in a course, so first aid and just additional things to first aid, so that you're actually able to help those people. Because when you are a paramedic, you should actually be able to help people. Of course, we are not alone. We still are in the car with people that are way, fortunately, way more experienced than we are. This course, I think, lasted for a month or so, which is really not that much, you know, if you think about the fact that afterwards you're gonna be in a fucking ambulance car, you know, in a paramedic car, and you're gonna just drive around also at night, you know. You're not driving, the other person's driving, you know, the more experienced person, but you are working with this person to help people, potentially even saving lives, you know. Fortunately and unfortunately, it really depends on how you think about it and how you take it. I never had to, I think it is CRM, to God, to, I'm gonna Google it, because I think it is indeed CRM, or CMR, might also be the case, I don't know. And I do notice that my computer is very, very slow. CRM System, Software, Tools, Stock, Abkürzung, Managerbedeutung. Well, we're gonna see. You know, I do really hope that this is the right thing. Probably not, you know, might also be something else. Customer relationship. I guess that is not what I meant. Is it reanimation? Or, well, it is CR, might actually CMR or something, cardiac something, I don't know. You oh, there we go. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation is an emergency procedure that combines chest compression, often with artificial ventilation, in an effort to manually preserve intact brain function until further measures are taken to restore spontaneous blood circulation and breathing in a person who is in cardiac arrest. I have never been in a position or situation to do that. Fortunately and unfortunately, it really depends. I think it is a very interesting experience to have, especially also when you're able to save this person's life. Most often I have seen and I've heard that it is not going to be the case, you know. Of course, there's a reason why this person is in such a state, whether it's due to just an accident or this person just being old, as it is really often. Often it fails, you know, you're not able to resurrect this person or something, you know what I mean. Still, why I'm telling this story is it's not only about just going to, no, I'm not gonna do that. It basically is about not necessarily only just being or driving to accidents and helping people there and whatnot, but it is also about just transporting people, just really simple things like, okay, this person was in hospital and wants to just, you know, go back home. We drive with the car there, get this person and gets this person back home. But there was also a person in a wheelchair, and this person was actually really depressed and really not feeling great and not even good and whatnot, you know. This person was really, and you felt it and you've seen it and you've just also seen it in terms of the interaction this person had with you and also other people. This person really felt bad, and he was actually pretty young. I think 30, mid-30s, something like that. Might have also been younger, but I think something around that. The thing was, he was in a wheelchair, and for me and for my driver, it was actually very difficult to interact with this person, but especially with me, or for me, just to be in the back of the car with this person, just trying to talk to him. It was actually a pretty long ride and very difficult, you know, very difficult to talk to those people in terms of what to talk about, you know. You could be like, well, you know, the weather is pretty beautiful today, isn't it? You know, a person's gonna say, yeah, okay, you know. This person is just having to deal with just way more difficult things, you know. And this is indeed going to be on his mind, I guess, at least all the time, And I also know and remember just now that he was always in pain and he had to get morphine, which at least where I'm living, this is just really not normal. It is a very, very strong, very strong stuff. Not gonna lie, and it is not something that a lot of people get, as far as I know. But still, he actually also had a pump in his tummy area, just somewhere there, abdominal area, and morphine was going through his body all the time, because if this is not the case, and actually at this point in time the pump wasn't working as it should be, he is in really a lot of pain. I don't know what this is due to. I don't just know the exact situation and whatnot, but not a great place to be in, and a really fucked up place to be in indeed. And how to deal with that, how to deal with that mentally, what should he do? What should he say as a person that is talking to this person? And actually, how should you talk to yourself as such a person? Very difficult, very, very difficult. But still, there are people, and I've seen videos and things of people that are indeed paralyzed or something else, disabled or whatever it may be, and they were able to build a life, and they were able to just be happy again and do something again and just be okay with this situation again, which of course is a process, and probably a pretty long process and a pretty difficult process as well. But well, people have done it quite, and so can just everybody theoretically. Of course, the exact situation and the exact circumstances are always going to be different. This is what it is. We all are different. Everyone's life is different. There are so many variables. It just has to be that case. But it's, I don't know. I would say just going to therapy and just trying to talk to somebody that is indeed a professional in that space might be just the most important thing you can do. Not necessarily the only thing, but maybe the most beneficial, the thing that is going to give you the most quote unquote bang for your buck, quite. Yeah. Very, very, very difficult. Let's see if there's something else that I want to quickly hit on. And I just see that it is indeed slowing down my PC quite significantly, I'm not gonna lie. Can you help me not feel like I need a girlfriend and not constantly think about it? Because you don't. Period. Nah, just joking. Well, I don't know, the thing, needing a girlfriend per se, needing a partner per se, may not be a good mindset to have. And I hate the word mindset so much. Been talking about it on a podcast, been talking about it on YouTube and whatnot, but I really dislike it because it is so overused. Everyone is using it, and it just really got connotated such negatively that I do not even want to use it anyway. The thing is, needing something and being in need of somebody and whatnot is never a great position to be in, because to be happy and to feel good, you just need somebody or need something. It is more or less an addiction to some degree. Could be compared to one at least. Therefore, it just really makes sense to be able to be happy on your own and live a good life on your own without having a partner. But obviously, and this is something that I just have to admit and have to say, having a partner, boy, girl, I don't fucking care, this is just gonna add something to your life. But it should be seen as something that adds something to your life. This should not be the basis of your life. It doesn't make any sense. This is no good. But it is gonna add, quite a lot actually to your life. It gives you a lot of opportunities, a lot of great moments, a lot of also opportunities to experience new things, and just a whole new world. Basically, a whole new world is able to expand in fucking front of you just because you get to know a new person or another person and whatnot. So, but you don't need this person, you're living, you're able to survive, without this person anyway, so you don't need this person. But well, just replying, on WhatsApp. I don't really like people waiting. Like, I wouldn't like to wait as well, especially when it seems like I'm online, because I kind of am permanently, just because I'm having WhatsApp open on my computer anyway. But yeah. How to deal with someone who does not listen to reason and is very short-tempered? You cannot control it. Period. Cannot control anybody. The only thing you can control is yourself, and that is quite it. And not even fully. There are certain aspects of your, for example, biology and whatnot, you can just not alter. You can't alter your genes. You yourself, maybe through substances. I'm actually not that of an expert in that, so you might be able to do so, but just not fully. There's just some parts of your biology you cannot change, cannot alter. Therefore, how to deal with people that are short-tempered? By just accepting it and doing the best with it. And if this person shouts at you and is angry and whatnot, well, it is what it is, But just always reminding yourself and always reflecting on the fact that you cannot do something about that. You can just try to be as virtuous as you can be, according to the Stoic virtues, of course, or some other virtues that you yourself might be having, some things that you find very important in your life, just, characteristics, personality characteristics, you know what I mean? So you and your character quite. So in the end, well, it is what it is. But let's see what comments are saying there. By the way, I am on a Stoicism subreddit, just if I have not said it. Your dad sounds like my mom. I've tried being the bigger person, talking to her about it, but no matter what I tried, she didn't change. Yes, it is what it is, The thing is, people are not going to change, and especially if you are not in a position to tell them also about anything, If I tell my mom, okay, you should not be doing this, you should not be doing that, well, I am not in a position to do so, I really am not. I'd argue that I'm just still too young to say so and do so, Even if I may be having way more experience in something than somebody else, just because of my age, I guess this is just how I've experienced things and how I've also seen things. People are not going to take my advice, period. And I also accept it and acknowledge it. It is what it is, I can't do anything about it. I can only say the thing I want to say. I can do the things I want to do. If it is going to help, I'm really happy. If it's not going to help, then it is what it is. Have I forgotten you? I think I haven't. I would have liked to, though. Mosquitoes. Well, anyway, so always remember, there are things you are in control of and there are things you are not in control of. And with that being said, I'm going to end this episode and therefore stream as well. And I'm going to see you the next time. Maybe watch some YouTube videos of mine, some podcast episodes and whatnot. And yeah, bye-bye.